Hello everyone and welcome to Stellaris. Now this is a game I haven't shown in my channel before, but I do play. And yeah, there has been a new expansion which adds robots to the game. Robots like machines, machine races. We are going to play like one of those. Now, why I am playing Stellaris and not Battlestar Galactica? Well, Battlestar Galactica, until I figure out why my video recording crashes after maybe 5 minutes of recording, I can't make videos of them. I can of battles, but really just showing records is not that fun or as fun as playing a Let's Play. So until I figure that out, yeah, out of luck. In the meantime, I want to do something. So Stellaris is a good chance because, yeah, again, new update is out. And it's been out for 2 days, and honestly, I never thought about making a Stellaris Let's Play before because it takes a lot of episodes. Sorry. In order to do a proper let's play of a game this long. Stellaris is a long game to play, it takes a lot of time. But yeah, why not? I mean, I'm not doing anything else in the meantime, and I have a lot of fun playing it, so why not play a let's play of Stellaris? Now, that said, yeah, well, I mean, let's go. I have a race I designed just for the sake of it. This one. And back, edit. So you can take a look at it. So the first time I played, this is the second time I played Stellaris after the expansion. The first one was another robot race, which I wanted to play like the Galactic Exterminators of all races and crash everything in my path. It didn't work that way. Now robots are very special in two things. First, they are machines. They don't breed. They don't replicate themselves but for free. You need to build them. And on the long run, that's a huge draw in your mineral income because a lot of minerals, especially in the early and mid game, are spent in order to build your own population while other races have it for free, right? The other big difference is that they don't consume food, which can be seen as something really good. The problem is that they consume energy instead. And energy is not that abundant. You really need to work hard to have a proper energy budget in a normal race. Now think of a race that takes 1 energy per pop. This. That's bad. That's really like really bad. What happened to me? Well, it just happened that first I couldn't replicate fast enough. I couldn't expand fast enough. And by the time I began finding other civilizations, which all hated me because I was an exterminator, well, I got pretty much mauled because I was too small. I wasn't big enough. I just couldn't do anything. So yeah, that didn't work. So I designed this race to go around those problems. And also I designed it with a very special thing, Rogue Servitor. Now, in case you're wondering, machines, you can, let's go, government ethics. You have a lot of civics here, and you have three differences that define the purpose of your race. One of them is, yeah, here is it, the Determinate Exterminator, which is the one I took, which is pretty much, yeah, kill anything inside, right? And you get unity for purging enemies. You are not really popular. Diplomacy is not an option at all. And yeah, that's one way you can play this. The other is the driven assimilator, which is kind of a mid ground. I mean, you turn every biological subject you take or conquer into a cyborg, which is okay, but this one, the servitors, I stumbled upon one race of this in my first playthrough, and what I saw, I wanted it, right? The particular thing about this is that you begin with two organic pops. They are organic, they reproduce on their own, so yeah, they do breed. You don't have to build them. With trophy, sorry, and mandatory pampering. Well, the thing is they take a lot of resources because they are pretty much the bosses, right? The idea is that that race created us as their stewards or servants or whatever. And later on, they lost interest in everything and they just retired to their own cities. And now they don't care about galaxies or galactic stories, whatever. They just are happy in their redux. And we are there to pamper to them. We are their servants. But as we serve them, we might as well also conquer the galaxy too, right? So that's the story. We are servants, but we are going to conquer the galaxy while serving those guys. There are two things here, very important. First, up to 40% of a biological population. So we want to breed these guys. We want to breed the guys we are serving. Up to 40% of our population, because if we do so, we get a monthly bonus on our influence up to 2 points at 40%. And up to 40% resource output bonus, which is huge. It's brutal. So the way we were created was to be very successful or work better when we were keeping our servants happy. So the more servants, the more bosses we have to serve, the more happy we are, and the more productive we are. That's the idea. And finally, the amazing thing is that each one of those pops, biological pops that you have, they don't produce anything. I mean, you can put them in any tile and they don't produce anything. They don't produce energy, they don't produce minerals, they don't produce food, they don't produce any research, but they do produce 1 unity per pop, which means that you can blast through tradition like there's no tomorrow. When I watched one of the worlds of these guys, I saw it and I thought, I want it. I want to play like these guys. So I'm going to do so. That's our bio trophy. That's the guys we are serving. They are humans. They're actually human remnants, and they're pretty much human. And I designed them with traits: extremely adaptive, nomadic, slow learners, weak, and fleeting. This I don't care about. I mean, we are not going to get any kind of leaders from that race. They are retired from the world. The only thing we care about is that they are easy to resettle, minus 25%, and they are very adaptive, plus 20% adaptive. Why? Because we want 40% of our population to be those guys. So we need to move them to new worlds. So we want to do it as cheap as possible, and to be able to move them to as many places as we can, because we are robots. We don't care about arid, not arid, whatever. We are a continental world. That's important for this race, for the bio trophy. But with extremely adaptive, they will adapt much better to deserts, tundras, whatever. Meanwhile, we don't give a shit. We are robots, right? And we don't have happiness or factions or anything like that. So I loved it. I love the idea, and I'm going to play like these guys. Okay. Yep. So we'll save this, and let's play. Well, whatever. I already had them. So I have a large galaxy size, 4 arms, spiral. I like it. Oh, by the way, I forgot. They use hyperspace travel because I like wormholes quite a little bit. It calls for a lot of strategic gameplay. And nuclear missiles, because missiles were revamped in the last update. So I gave them a try in my first playthrough, and they were pretty decent, honestly. So okay, let's get done with that. So galaxy size, let's go with 800 stars. Galaxy shape, 4 arms. AI empires, let's go with 5 to 10. Randomize it. Advanced AI starts 1 to 3, 1 to 2. Fallen empires 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 2 to 4. No, 1 to Yeah, it's 800. 1, 2, 3 is okay. And the rest, standard, increases strength. I'm going to put it plus 1 times 1 because why not? And the rest, yeah, any allowed FTL method because, yeah, I mean, some variants. And the empire placement, random, because I don't want them to be clustered. I want to be totally random. So, yeah, let's go. And here we are. The Senac setup Stewards. Blah 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 blah. I'm not going to read this flavor text. You can pause and read them if you want. So, begin. I'm going to just give the first orders and I'm going to stop it. This is going to be the intro for our let's play. So first, let's go to our world. It's not very big. It's not very big. As you can see, we have 1, 2 pops. They don't produce anything, but they do produce unity. And as you can see, they eat tile blockers or tile. If this produces energy, it doesn't if they are on top, right? Okay, so I'm going to leave them to reproduce here, and I'm going to first things build a pop here. You can see it takes 80, not 100, 80, that's good. And these two will start expanding here. Good. Next thing we need is to build a second science ship and choose our initial research. Obviously, solar panel network. We live out of energy. We want all the energy we can get. Society. This guy is specialized in biology, in gene investigation. Well, monthly influence plus 1. That's always amazing. By the way, we start with 5 colonial walls because the base is 3 plus 2 because of Gestalt consciousness. So that's we want to expand pretty quickly, and that's why I failed with my initial race. I had this, but I couldn't take advantage of it. And engineering, fusion missiles or ion thrusters. Ion thruster is the cheaper one. Let's go for that. Let's give orders to our science ship to survey system. And okay, we are in the second to last or in the middle arm of the galaxy. It's pretty central. That's okay. We have a connection to the inner one here. We have a connection with the external one here. It's an interesting place to start and to begin with. Okay, so that's it. That's going to be it for this video. It's just the introduction. Remember, if you want to hear music, let me know in the comment section below. I'm not a fan of playing with music, but whatever. If you guys want it, I will play with music. Let me know anything you have to tell me. What do you think about this Let's Play? What are your thoughts on the race I picked? And as always, if you like this, please like it because it helps the channel a lot. And as always, thank you very much for watching and see you later.